Hey everyone, and welcome. We're about to jump into a topic that honestly is a total game changer for any nonprofit that wants to grow. It's called payment integration. And yeah, it sounds a little technical, but stick with me, because getting this right can completely transform how you connect with your donors.
So let me just ask you, does this sound familiar? Your team is spending way too much time manually plugging in data, and you've got this nagging feeling that your donation process is, well, a little clunky for the people you're trying to reach. If you're nodding right now, you are definitely in the right place.
And it's not just you. Get this. A recent analysis showed that a whopping 62% of nonprofit leaders say that donor retention is their absolute #1 priority for 2025. I mean, keeping your supporters in your corner, that's everything, right?
But here's the thing. The solution often starts in a place most organizations just kind of overlook. It isn't always about the next big, flashy fundraising campaign. Sometimes it's about the plumbing, the foundation of it all. We are talking about your payment system.
Okay, so let's get right into it. First up, why does this integration thing even matter so much? Well, because it's about way more than just a simple transaction. It's really about creating this seamless, invisible bridge between your donors, their generosity, and your mission.
The real magic happens when you see how all these pieces connect. When you automate your data, you're not just saving time, you're getting rid of human error. That frees you up to create these beautiful, smooth experiences for your donors, like sending an instant receipt the second they hit donate. That builds so much trust, and all of this gives you way better financial insights and makes recurring donations, which are the lifeblood for so many, so much easier to manage.
So before you rush off to get started, we need to talk about the foundation. You got to build on solid ground, you know? There are 3 absolutely non-negotiable pillars that have to be in place for any integration to actually work. Let's break them down.
So here they are, your 3 pillars: compatibility, security, and flexibility. Think of it like a 3-legged stool. If you kick one of the legs out, the whole thing just topples over.
First up, compatibility. This is so crucial. If your payment system and your donor database don't speak the same language, you are signing up for a world of pain. We're talking about stuff like API conflicts, which is just a fancy way of saying your software won't talk to each other. That leads to messed up data, and worst of all, failed donations that just frustrate everyone involved.
Next, security. And let me be clear, this one is completely non-negotiable. Your system has to be PCI compliant. That's the gold standard for keeping credit card info safe. It means using tools like encryption and tokenization, which basically swaps out sensitive data for a secure, useless-to-hackers equivalent. Your donor's trust is your most valuable currency. You have to protect it.
And finally, flexibility. We live in a world of options, and your donors expect them. Credit and debit cards, they're fantastic for those quick, in-the-moment gifts. But for those larger, or especially reoccurring donations, offering ACH bank transfers can be a huge win. Plus, the processing fees are often lower for you. The whole point is to meet your donors right where they are.
Okay, so you get the why. Now for the really practical part, how in the world do you actually do this? Well, it all comes down to a really clear 3-step plan that'll get you from where you are today to a fully integrated, smooth-running system.
And here it is. It really just boils down to this: map, test, and train. That's it. This simple little framework takes what feels like a gigantic, scary project and breaks it down into steps you can actually manage.
Step 1 is all about prep work. Seriously, before you even think about connecting anything, you have to map out which data from one system needs to talk to the other. And this is huge. You've got to clean your existing data. Get rid of the duplicates, make sure the formatting is the same everywhere. Do this work up front. I promise it will save you from a world of hurt later on.
Step 2 is all about testing, and this is where a sandbox is your best friend. It's basically a safe, fake environment where you can try things without any real-world consequences. You need to test everything you can think of: one-time gifts, recurring ones, what happens if someone doesn't finish the form, how do refunds work. You want to find all the little bugs and quirks here so your donors never have to.
And finally, step 3 is about your people, because a fancy new system is completely useless if your team doesn't know how to use it, right? So train the staff members who are on the front lines of donations, show them how it all works, and, pro tip, create super simple reference guides they can look at later. A confident team means a great donor experience.
So, we've gone through all the technical stuff, the nuts and bolts. But what does all this work for? What's the real payoff? Well, that brings us to the ultimate goal: creating a genuinely better experience for the people who make your work possible.
Just look at this. It's a tale of 2 worlds, before and after.
On the left, you've got the old way. Receipts that show up days later, generic thank you emails, clunky forms. And on the right, that's the integrated world. Instant receipts, personalized messages, simple forms that work great on a phone, and tons of ways to give. I mean, the difference in how a donor feels is just night and day.
And think about the little details that actually make a huge impact. For someone who's donated before, having their info autofill on the form does more than just save them 30 seconds. It sends a really powerful message. It says, hey, we know who you are, we remember you, and we're so grateful you're back.
And once all your data is flowing smoothly, you can finally start being really smart and strategic about your communication. You can move past those one-size-fits-all email blasts, you can set up a special welcome for new donors, send personalized updates to your monthly supporters, and create unique outreach for your major contributors. This is how you stop just processing donations and start building real, lasting relationships.
All right, let's head into our final section. This is so important. You have to remember that integration isn't just a project you do once and then check off a list. It's really an ongoing commitment, a promise to your donors and to your own efficiency. The organizations that do this best treat it like a cycle. It never really ends. So, every quarter, maybe you review the whole process from start to finish. You're always keeping an eye on your key numbers like retention rates, and you're actively asking for feedback from your donors and your staff. It's all about staying nimble and always looking for ways to make things just a little bit better.
And if you remember one thing, let it be this. An efficient payment system plays a crucial role in keeping donors engaged and ensuring your organization thrives in the long run. This isn't just some back-end tech task. It is a core part of your strategy for a sustainable future.
And that really is the heart of it all. This is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. It's a living, breathing part of your organization that shows your commitment, not just to being efficient, but to truly honoring the trust your donors have placed in you.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Right now, is your payment system building relationships or is it just processing transactions? The answer to that could change absolutely everything. Thanks so much for watching.